33 most important questions, my dear champions, to all class 10 students. So wouldn't it be amazing if I told you that I'm giving you 33 most important questions, and many of them, around 20 questions, will be there in your examination paper this year. So can you believe it? Yes, you should believe it, because if you cannot have trust on me, so on examination hall, when you come out after writing your exam, meet me, my dear. Yes, my dear, this is my challenge, mark my words. So this video is going to be very important for you, because I have put in very much huge hard work to create this video, because after doing so much of analysis and research, I got to know these questions are very important for you all. So you must solve this question, you must practice these questions, 33 most important questions of complete maths class 10th before writing your first exam on 17th February. So let's talk about first two chapters, real numbers and polynomials. So my dear, after doing analysis and research, I got to know that these questions are the most repeated and most important question. So this year also there are huge chances you might get question not exactly same, but yeah, the question will be a bit relatable to this question. If you practice these questions, you guys will be able to encounter the question which comes randomly in the exam, but there are huge chances. First question, if the HCF of two numbers is 14 and their LCM is 1680, if one number is given 84, find the other number. You all know the product of HCF and LCM of any two integer is equal to the product of the integers itself. So using this formula, here the HCF is given to you 14, so 14 into LCM is given to you 1680, and one number is given to you, let's say A is 84, and you have to find out the B. So very easy question, you guys can find 14 will cancel this 84 and 6 will go that side. By dividing 1680, you can get the second number. Prove that 3 plus root 5 is irrational number. You all know 3 plus root 5 is irrational number. This is the rule. 3 is what? A rational number, but root 5 is what? Irrational number. So we can, rational plus irrational is absolutely irrational, but we have to prove it mathematically. So how we can prove this question? By using contradiction method. Contradiction method, right? By using contradiction method. Contradiction method? By applying the contradiction method, generally we assume the given value 3 plus root 5 as a rational number. When we used to do mathematical calculation, some error occurs, some our assumption become wrong. Why? Because we are considering this as irrational number, which is called contradiction. The error which is you are getting, that error is called contradiction. That's why it has to be irrational number. Now the third question, find the greatest number. This question. So three questions are very important. Without wasting moment, let's move to the polynomials. In polynomials, if alpha and beta are the zeros of polynomial ax square plus bx plus c, then what will be the value of alpha plus square plus beta square? In my previous video, that is cheat sheet video, if you want to get formula of alpha square plus beta square, alpha cube plus beta cube, come on, my dear student, the student who is new here, go and watch the video. In that video, I have provided you the all complete formula. The formula package is there. So go and watch that video, take a screenshot, or whether you can write also, you can copy the formulas. So if alpha and beta are the zeros, so how we can find alpha square plus beta square? Same idea. When alpha and beta are the zeros, so we can find out sum of zeros, alpha plus beta, and we can find out product of zeros. So the target must be here, how we can convert this function in the form of sum of zeros and product of zeros. So it can be written as alpha plus beta whole square minus 2 alpha beta. And look, after doing this expression is modified in the terms of sum of root and product of root. We know sum of root will be what? Minus b by a, because the quadratic equation is this, and the product of root will be c by a. We can put here the values and we can find out the result. Second question, find the zeros of the quadratic polynomial. The given quadratic polynomial is there, and verify the relationship between. So sum of zeros is minus b by a, and which is equal to what? Coefficient of x divided by coefficient of x square. So this is the relationship between sum of zeros, roots means, and the coefficient. And if I talk about product of roots, so product of zeros is what? constant term divided by coefficient of x square. Now find the zeros of the quadratic polynomial. Yes, you have to find out the zeros of this quadratic polynomial. Very easy question. To do this question, what you need to do here, multiply the last value, always multiply the last value from this number. So if we multiply 4 root 3 into root 3, 4 root 3 into root 3, what we are getting? 12 is there. Now we need two factors, two numbers whose product will be 12 and whose addition will give you 8. So I think 6 and 2 will be there, appropriate number, because 6 into 2 will be 12 and 6 plus 2 is the middle value. So we can split this, root 3 x square minus 6x minus 2x plus 4 root 3 equals to 0. By solving this, you can get the zeros. So I'm not going to solve this till the end. At the last, what will be the last solution you have to do, because in this video, in short, in very quick manner, I'm providing you the most important question, and you must practice by yourself. You must practice by your own. That will give you the result, my dear. So chapter number 3, look at the question, check graphically. Yes, graphically this question comes generally. Graphically, two linear equations will be given to you, and you have to find out the solution of the both linear equation by graphical method. So by getting the solution, we can plot the graph, and the point where the lines are intersecting, that will be your solution. So this is the question. Second question is here, solve this. The linear equation is given to you, you have to solve. Find the value of a and p for which the following pair of linear equations has infinitely many solutions. You all know, for infinitely many solution, a1 by a2 equals to b1 by b2 equals to c1 by c2. This is the condition. So apply this formula, you can get the result. Chapter number 4. Look at the chapter number 4. Find the values of k so that the quadratic equation has equal roots. This is the most repeated topic. This is the most repeated portion of quadratic equation in previous years. If you observe previous last 15 years, this question will be there in most of the question paper. So if equal roots are there, it means d will be equal to 0. Discriminant will be 0. So discriminant is b square minus 4ac will be 0. You know b, where is b? 4k is b. This is b here. What is a here? A is 1 here. B is minus 4k. B is minus 4k. Right? And c is what? K. Putting these value here, you can get the result. Now, this aeroplane question, aircraft, in a flight of 2,800 kilometer, aircraft slowed down due to bad weather. Its average speed is reduced by 1,000 kilometer. This is the most important question, logical question of quadratic. Come on, go and follow this question. Find the value of p, again has equal roots. It means d will be equal to 0. Fourth question, two pipes. This is the most repeated, yes, and most interesting question of quadratic. Pipe concept. Now, in arithmetic progression, look at Sn will be given to you, Sn is given to you, and you have to find out the nth value. Means from Sn, you have to find out An. The expression of Sn is given in the terms of n, and you have to get the value, the formula of An. And the thing is obvious, the formula of An will also be in the form of n. So how we can find An? So An is equals to Sn minus 1. This formula will be used here. Very important formula. Now, if the ratio of sum of n terms of two APs is, so the ratio of sum n terms of two APs is given to you, and you have to find out the sum of mth term. Sum of mth term, my dear. Smth. And two APs are there, so we can say this S and this S dash, this S dash, right? So this question, interesting question. Now, the sum of 4 consecutive numbers in an AP is 32. The sum of 4 consecutive terms. We don't know the consecutive numbers. So if 4 consecutive terms are there, always let the numbers as a minus 3d, a minus d, a plus d, and a plus 3d. So these are the numbers, these are the terms. Always take 4 consecutive numbers. If the consecutive numbers are unknown to you, always use these values, a minus 3d, a minus d, a plus d, a plus 3d. Now, in introduction, in triangles, BPT plays important role. So this question is BPT. We have to find out the value of x here. we need to find out x here. So how we can find x? AD by DB will be equal to, my dear, AE by EC. I'm just using here only BPT. We know AD x, DB x plus 1, AE x plus 3 and EC x plus 5. Now by doing a little bit mathematical calculation, you can get the value of x here. Here DE is parallel to BC. Now this question, I know this question is favorite of so many students, most of the students I can say. So this is very important. This is from your NCERT textbook, my dear. And one more question: if sides AB, BC and median AD of triangle ABC, this is triangle, my dear, this is triangle, ABC are proportional to the corresponding sides PQR, PQQR and median of triangle PQR, then show that triangle ABC is similar to triangle PQR. Important question. Now, in coordinate geometry, find the ratio in which y-axis divide the line segment this and this. You know, my dear, when two lines, let's say this is the line here and this is divided by y-axis. So at this point, always take x equals to 0. If the line joining 2 points is divided by y-axis, so always take x equals to 0. Yes, my dear. And if this line would have been x-axis, right, so y will be 0. Always keep this point in mind. If y-axis is there, so take x equals to 0, and if x-axis is there, take y equals to 0. Now you can use section formula. Now look at the question here. 3 vertices of a parallelogram taken in order respectively, what find the coordinate of the 4th vertex. Very easy question. You know, in parallelogram, if I'm taking A, B, C, D in order, so their diagonal intersects at the center point. This point is the midpoint for both the diagonals. So if this point is the midpoint, I'm taking this as xy. So x comma y, P point, this is, let's say this is P. So P point, which is x comma y, will be the center of BD diagonal and AC diagonal. So what you need to do here, you have to apply only and only midpoint formula. So by applying midpoint formula, my dear champions, you can get the value of 4th coordinates, 4th vertex, right? So always in parallelogram type of question, if the parallelogram question comes in coordinate geometry, it is damn sure, it is confirmed that midpoint formula is going to be used. Yes, midpoint formula. Okay, you know midpoint formula? X is equals to x1 plus x2 divided by 2, and similarly y is equals to y1 plus y2 divided by 2. This is the midpoint formula. Now determine the ratio in which this line divides the line segment joining this and this. Very good, Ji. So there are 2 points, 1, 3 and 2, 7, and the line joining 2 points is divided by this line, which is having equation 3x plus y minus 9 equals to 0. So my dear, listen, if this line is intersecting the line joining these points, let's say this is A and B, it means that the point that we will get here by using section formula will be satisfying this line also. So let the ratio is m1 m2. Now find out here x. So what will be x here? X will be m1 x2 plus m2 x1 divided by m1 plus m2, right? And similarly y will be m1 y2 plus m2 y1 divided by m1 plus m2. Now my dear champion, these 2 points are here and this point is also lying on this line. So this point that we are getting here will be satisfying this line also. So now you can put this whole x here and this whole y that we are getting here, and by doing the mathematical calculation you can get the result. If we talk about introduction to trigonometry, so in trigonometry no one knows what can come in exam. No one knows. Trigonometry is such chapter, but by doing analysis, by doing research, I got to know these questions are most repeated, most important, and you might get question exactly same also this year or based on these questions, right? So first question is given tan theta is given to you 1 by root 3 and you have to find out the value of this whole function. So you know my dear, tan theta is basically what? You all know tan theta is equal to perpendicular by base. So if we compare, the perpendicular will be 1 and the base will be root 3. Now draw a right angle triangle. Take theta here. So perpendicular will be, we can take k with this because ratio hai. So root 3k will be there. By solving this, you can get this value, and once you can get this value, you can find cos theta and cot theta. Now put the cot theta and cos theta here in this equation. Cosec theta and cot theta. By doing calculation, you can get the result. Okay. Now this question, prove that sin a plus cosec a whole square plus cos a plus sec a whole square is equals to this. You don't need to do any special thing in this question. There is no any rocket science. Open the bracket. Sin a plus cosec a plus b whole square will be a square plus b square plus 2ab, and this also a plus b whole square, a square plus b square plus 2ab. You just need to open the bracket, you can directly get the answer, don't worry. Now prove that a square, this is one of the easiest question. It seems to be very difficult, but honestly, if I tell you guys, this question is very easy, my dear. Trust me, this question is very easy. So prove that, we have to prove this. Right, and a cos theta minus b sin theta is x here, and a sin theta plus b cos theta is y here. So do one thing, squaring this whole and squaring this whole and add both. After applying squaring both sides, these two brackets 1 and 2, add both the equation, because we required x square plus y square. So when we will be adding x square plus y square right hand side, left hand side will also be added. So by adding the left hand side, you can directly get the result a square plus b square. You don't need to do any special thing here. And this is the special question. See, this is the right hand side, my dear. This is the right hand side and this is the left hand side, right? And we have to prove that right hand side is equals to left hand side. See, this is sine and cos, which is the simplest form. What we can do here, we need to operate LHS, because sec theta is there, tan theta is there. So sec theta can be written as 1 by cos theta, and in right side cos theta is there, and tan theta can be written as sin theta by cos theta. So by doing this operation, you can get right hand side. Practice this question by your own. If I talk about some application of trigonometry, my dear champions, so some application of trigonometry, these two questions I found to be like, these questions are important for you. Okay, these two particular questions, anything might come, anything can come in your exam, but these questions are very important, because if you practice these two questions will be enough to give you the concept, clarity and command on some application of trigonometry. That's why I have picked up these two questions, right? So a 1.2 meter tall girl spots a balloon moving with the wind. So what you need to do whenever you are doing question from this particular chapter, always read carefully first. Read the question carefully, and second thing, this is the first thing. This is the first. And second thing, draw the diagram. Draw the diagram neat and clean. Neat and clean. This is the rule. If you will be reading the question carefully, then only you will be able to draw the diagram neat and clean. Otherwise you cannot. And once you draw the diagram clearly, means 50% of the solution is already done, because diagram plays very important role in some application of trigonometry. What will be the third point, my dear? Third point is search out the right angle triangle. Please mention this word, focus on this word, right angle triangle. So these are the three principles of some application of trigonometry. Read the question carefully, draw the diagram, and after drawing the diagram successfully, search out the right angle triangle. Search out the right angle triangle, right? Now, in some application of trigonometry, you must know the tan values, like tan, what is the tan 60 degree? You must know tan 60. Tan 60 is root 3. What is the tan 45? Tan 45, 1. What will be the value of tan 30, which is 1 by root 3? So you must know these values, because in most of the question, tan theta will be there, tan 30, tan 45, tan 60 will be there. So these are the important tips and tricks. Now, if I talk about circle, in circle there is no any mathematical formula. No formula is there. theorem is there. There is a formula of secant and tangent theorem, but there is less chances to get the question from that particular portion. But in most of the question you will be using theorem only. So these are 3 important questions. Look at the question, go and practice this question, and I have already solved these questions so many times in live sessions, in one shot video. If you are not aware about the live session and all, go on Deeksha Vedantu channel, go in live section, you can get the video over there. So these are the important questions. In area related to circle, look at this question. These 2 questions are very powerful. Basically shaded region is not visible. Basically, my dear, this is the shaded portion. We have to find out the area of this shaded part. Okay, this shaded part. This is 3 centimeter. Let me give you clarity. This is 3 centimeter radius, the smaller one. Okay, so this is the shaded part. Figure is given to you, and you have to find the perimeter of the shaded region. Okay, so you have to find out the perimeter of shaded region. Okay, and the perimeter will be this. You know perimeter, the boundary length. So this is the perimeter. We have to find this perimeter here, the perimeter of this. Okay, second question. A chord of circle of radius 14 centimeters subtends an angle 120 degree at the center. Find the area of the corresponding minor segment. So we have to find out the area of this. This is the minor segment. Why? Because AB is the chord. If AB is the chord, this will be the minor segment. How we can find the area of minor segment? If we calculate the area, if we find the area of this sector first, this whole sector, and from this sector, if we subtract this triangle, right, then only we can find out the area of minor segment. So area of minor segment will be what? Area of minor segment will be equal to what? Area of sector, which is minor sector, area of minor sector minus area of triangle. Which triangle? AOB, triangle AOB. Right, by doing this you can get the result. Now surface areas and volume. So in surface area and volume, the scooped out form question is very important. Scooped out. You know, in generally in surface area and volume, there will be a solid 3D structure, solid cube, solid cylinder, and whatever solid will be there. And from that solid structure, from wooden cubical block, some hemisphere is scooped out. And after scooping out, what will be the area of remaining solid? So this question is very important as per your examination point of view. Yes, my dear. So scooped out is very important. So I picked up 2 questions from a solid cylinder, whose height is 15 centimeter and diameter 16 centimeter. A conical cavity of the same height and same diameter is hollowed out. Find the total surface area of the remaining solid. So first draw the diagram. So there is a solid cylinder, and from this is not visible, I think. Okay, so there is a solid cylinder, my dear. Okay, so let's say there is a solid cylinder, and from this solid cylinder a conical cavity of same height and same diameter is hollowed out. Means we have scooped out this cone. So there will be a cavity. Then what will be the area of remaining solid? So in such question, newly exposed area plays important role. Newly exposed area. Which will be the newly exposed area here? Yes, the hollow structure of cone, the boundary of the curved surface area of cone, that will be the newly exposed area to you, and that will be added. Newly exposed area always add. To find out when we will be calculating the total surface area of remaining solid. This area, the curved surface area of cone, will be added. Now second question, a solid in the shape of cone surmounted means mounted. So scooped out question is important, and mounted type question. Surmounted, mounted means, let's say there is a hemisphere and one cone is from like this. So it means a cone is surmounted on hemisphere. So what will be the total surface area? What will be the total volume? Such question generally come. comes. So scooped out and mounted. These two questions are important in surface areas and volume. Go and practice. So you can take a screenshot also. Okay. Now moving to next chapter, statistics, which is most important and easy scoring chapter. I can say easy and scoring chapter. So this I have picked up assertion and reason question. So in assertion, if the value of mode and mean is 60 and 66 respectively, then the value of median will be, my dear, mode is given to you, 60 and median is given to you 66, and mode is 60 and mean is 66 and the median is 64. Is it true? Is it correct? So we can check the answer. So we have very powerful formula, this empirical relation, mode is equals to 3 median minus 2 mean. Come on, verify this. So mode equals to 3 median, 3 into median is what? Median is 64 minus 2 mean, 2 into mean is what? Mean is 66. Now solve this. So this will be 192. 64 into 3 will be 64 into 3 will be 192 minus 66 into 2 will be, I think, 132. Now subtract this. So we are getting here 0 and 9 minus 3 will be 6. Wow. And look, mode we got mode is equals to 60 degree, and which is already given 60. So this is absolutely correct. So assertion is absolutely correct. But median is equals to mode plus 2 mean. So if we bring this to this side, so 2 median will be there. 2 median will be there equals to mode plus 2 mean. Now if we shift this mean that side, so mode can be written as 2 median minus 2 mean. No, mode is equals to 3 median minus 2 mean, not 2 mean, 2 median. 3 median should be 3 median. So this is absolutely wrong. So assertion is false, reason is false, and assertion is absolutely correct. So this is very important formula, my dear. This is called empirical relationship between mean, mode and median. And this question also, median of this group data, this interval is given to you, and we have frequency is also given to you 100, and we have to find out the unknown frequencies. We will have to find out unknown frequencies. This is very important. Now the very last chapter, which is probability. In probability, nothing is there, nothing is challenging. If you know the possible outcomes of any event, you can solve the question. So 3 coins are tossed simultaneously. Find the probability of getting exactly 2 head. So you know, to do this question, you must know, you should have all the possible outcomes, all the possibilities when 3 coins are tossed simultaneously. So how many possibilities are there? So when 3 coins are tossed, there are huge possibility. These are the possibilities. Let me give you head, tail, write the first line at the interval of 1, head, tail, and these number should be 8. Right, 8 times at the interval of 1, head, tail, 2 plus 2, 4 to 6. Now write head, 2 at 2 interval, head, tail, head, and tail. Now write the third line, which is for third coin, as at 4 interval, H, and T. These are the possible outcomes when we will be throwing 3 coins simultaneously. These are the possible outcomes, and I have given you the trick. Write the first line at 1 interval, write the second line at 2 interval, head, tail, and write the third line will be for the third coin at 4 interval. These are the possibilities may occur when we will be throwing 3 coins simultaneously. Now look at the question. 3 coins are tossed simultaneously. Find the probability of getting exactly 2 heads. 2 heads should be there. So how many possibilities are there where 2 heads are there? 2 heads. So exactly 2 heads. So exactly 2 heads is this. Here is also 2 heads. Here is also 2 heads. So we cannot pick this head, because exactly 2 heads is there. Right, so 3 possibilities, 3, and how many possibilities are there? 8. So 3 by 8 will be the answer. Now card is drawn in, in 52 playing cards. There are 4 categories: spade, club, heart and diamond, and each of the categories carries 13 cards. In each category they contain 30 cards each. 13, so 13 into 13 into 13 into 13 will be 52. Face cards are there, ace cards are there, and from 10 to 2 is there, right? So this is all about. A back content, these are the important questions from probability. So go and practice these questions before writing your exam of your mathematics standard on 17th February. If you want to know chapter wise strategy, if you want have to clear your any kind of doubt, if you want to ask any question, query regarding your math standard exam, regarding your board exam, come and do comments in comment section. Thank you so much for watching. Stay blessed all.